Hi everyone, back for a bit more stitch wheel, and we're doing raised fishbone. I've already tried one, as I like to try one just before I do it on camera, but I've noticed there's a few little issues with it. It's a bit wobbly wibbly. This side looks, if you can see, kind of nice and uniform till it gets about here, and then it's like it goes right off the planet anyway. Just going to give it another go. Alright, so we're going, doesn't matter which side you're starting on really, so long as when you come down opposite the base of that first stitch. Let's see if I'm getting this right. Let me go and double check. Right, I'm back, and yes, I was doing it right. I just got confused for a minute there. So, whatever side you started on, and then you're going to come down just below that stitch on the outside. So it's called a fishbone. Now I have to say that when I did this one, I was doing it up the other way, and that actually feels more comfortable to me, so I don't think it's going to matter. Whatever works. As long as you're getting that crisscross thing happening, and as Cathy said, the angle. Trying to always keep that angle going. Some of these stitches are a bit, well, they're not hard, it's just you can't get them very perfect when it's the first time you've been ever doing them. I'm also finding that my little outline lines are quite obvious. Cathy said that you can do a split back stitch into them so that you get it, I don't know, just will frame it a bit better. So in this case it might be hard to rub off those lines, so I might end up doing that. When I finish this one I'll give it a go. See, I already feel like I've messed up my angles. So I don't mind making mistakes on this because this is me learning something new, and that's okay. I'm going to go back a little bit and come in between some of those spots that look like gaps. That's probably why I messed up the last time, actually. Just wasn't following the rules. When could I ever? When do I ever follow the rules? Alright, so I'm not going to win any awards at the country fair with this particular little bit. Oh well. What can I say? I've only been doing it a short while. In fact, hi to Felicia, who stopped already. Felicia got me onto it, and now she's already stopped doing hers. and given up and is enjoying cross stitch instead. But hi Felicia, here's my little lobster eyes. Take the challenge, give it a go. It's not that hard. Look at this crap that I'm doing here. Oh dear. So now that I'm getting right near the end up here, I think I am going to just have a little go, see what it looks like. This is really, it's all right. It's like it's all right at the start, and then it gets a bit messy at the end. Where am I meant to go now? Oh, here. I'll do a split back stitch around the edge and see if that improves. Don't know if I can when the thread's getting a bit short. I do have my glasses on, but that's not helping. I'm going, actually, this, as everyone knows, Lily works now in a glasses shop, so I'm actually going to go and update my glasses on the weekend. And it's good. I don't get a discount or anything, but that doesn't matter. That's not the point. But it's actually good because she works there, so I know when to go when the best optometrist's there. And she usually comes with me when I do my glasses anyway to test out what looks right. I don't know. I think maybe you do the outline before you do this. Oh, it's not too bad. I was about to criticise my work. I've been reading a book by Flora Bowley's latest mixed media painting books come out. And she was reminding me of how often we've had moments where we've been criticised for what we're doing in a creative capacity, and really it's kind of no one's business. If we're just playing, we're just having fun and being on the journey. I'll actually link her book below, it's just come out, but I've got her previous one which I love. If anyone watching is into painting. So I think I don't mind the outline actually. I mean, maybe it hides a few flaws, I don't know. Maybe it would help in the first instance. Anyway, raised fishbone, that's what we just did. With and without stitches on the outside. I'm going to come back and do the next stitch. Right, now we're doing wheat ear stitch, and it took me a little while to get it, and like Felicia says from Mouse Potato Designs, when she was doing hers she did have to go and look at some other tutorials, and that's of course nothing against Cathy, that's just sometimes something's a bit hard when you haven't done it before. So I did go and look at another tutorial for this, and part of it is probably has everything to do with my eyesight and nothing else. So I've just done one stitch, and I'm going under that one and under this one. Now I'm just doing it really fast, but I'll try and explain it, because I think explaining it also helps. And back into the original spot. So sometimes explaining it also helps you to learn. Alright, so I'm coming up one stitch down. Now, I think I might have messed that up. From this spot I should be coming up here and down there, which I think I did, but I think I was just way too close. It should be coming down so as it's like a little chain stitch there. There's that little chain stitch. Okay, so where the top of that is, coming out to the side, back at the base of that, coming out on exactly the other side at the same point, back into that centre line, now we're coming up at this point here, and we're going to go under the stitch out to the left and under the stitch out to the right, and then we're going to secure that in the middle of that line to make a chain stitch there. Right, so I probably think I might go off and do a few extras on that particular stitch, because I don't think I've got it. Certainly not neatly anyway. Now, as everyone knows, I mention Diana Vingert every so often, or well, I did in the last video anyway, and Diana has given a free pattern, and it's for easy, so 2 to 4 hours, and she's used linen, but I saw this and thought, oh, actually I wouldn't mind having a go with this. So her design, she's putting on a 10 or a 12 inch hoop. No, 20 centimetres. What's that? 8 inches. I don't think this is... I shrunk it. I wanted to do it smaller. So I don't think this is an 8 inch hoop. It's not completely round, these. These bamboo ones that are cheap off eBay aren't always perfectly round. So I'm pretty sure that Diana's design would be round. And I decided I wanted to give a go with the carbon the way that Diana does it. So I think I have to iron this first. I'll be back. Okay, I've got this ironed as best as I can. I find sometimes this material's been so well ironed to be put into little square blocks, fat quarters, that you know, you can't actually iron out the things. But well, I'm sure we'll get it sorted. Taping it down. This will not waste too much of the material. So Diana always uses the carbon method, so this is what I'm giving a go this time, just to see how it is. And a sharp pencil. My only issue will be how good my eyes are. I'll speed it up because I'll be doing it very slowly. Okay, one thing I learnt was that my hands are sort of, as you get older, they get a little bit more shaky. So a little bit shaky and yeah, shaky. All right, I think for the most part it's all on. Yes, it actually is quite fine when it's done with the carbon paper. Quite like it. So there we are, we've started this one. Now I'm just not sure if my hoop is going to be secure enough. I guess one of the things I'm going to learn is how to make sure I've given myself enough material on that side. But it's okay, it's the first time I'm doing it. Just going to cut around. Now this is a very sort of thin cotton, and I know that Diana uses a beautiful linen, but this is the first time I'm doing it, and I know I have a picture of the one I'd like to make, which would be the final one, or the one that might be up on the wall. This might be up on the wall, who knows, but for now I just actually want to have a little practice at it. Now where's my bit of paper? So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colours, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have worked out with Diana's, rather than having the numbers, other than the pinks 189, there's a salmony colour or an apricot colour, there's a pink, there's a burgundy or, you know, a deep purple, there's 3 different types of greens, and there's one brown that sort of matches the burgundy. So I think I'm going to just look at my backing sheet and try and mix and match to that. So burgundy or a dark red or a burgundy could be, see, I do have that, I quite like that. I think that goes nicely. I've got so many to choose from here, because there's also that colour too. It depends. Right, so there's that brown. No. I'm going to try and work out the brown for the background that best matches that red or pink of the backing, and maybe I'll work from there. Could be a little bit. So this is on the little wheels, so I only need 3, so because I'm just looking at that and going, that or that could be really risky if I run out. I guess it's mix and match a bit, isn't it? I don't mind those together. And then we've got to get 3 greens that match. Really liking these kind of autumny colours. So Diana's greens are a sort of a real foresty green. A lighter green, and then it's sort of an in-between a brown and green. So I'm just not going with the numbers here in between. So they're going to all match. One more green, that's in between. Okay, now I really hope there's enough of this, unless I use that one. Oh, what's this one? That's a very dark purple, but there's a lot more of it. So I'm going to have to think about whether this is going to be enough, because I think on that it's 3 strands from watching the video. Okay. So maybe I do like that for one of the pinks. It's more, I mean, Diana tends to love this sort of a lighter pink, but I don't think that goes so well with those. I like that. This one, but there's not, can't risk that, there's not a lot on there. There's a very pale apricot. Yeah, I think it's just too lollipoppy, that one. Oh, what's about this one? Oh, I think I like that. All right, so it's whether it's this one or whether I go for something a little bit paler. Not too close to that. Some of my more, I mean, we could go for this instead. This is fun. This is like playing. All right, so we've got a few ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to be the salmony sort of tone. I think I'm going to have to admit that I might not have enough of that and I could get into trouble. So as autumny as those are, and that's the pink. I'm wondering if I need just to change that particular colour. I don't know if I like those two together. I like those together. Do I like those together? Don't like any of them with that. Alright, that just means it's not the right one. Okay, so we've got one more flower, but it's got to match and blend in. Maybe they're a little bit too samey. That or that. I think that tones in better, but however, when you're looking at the piece, this might be a bit strong for that. And you want the flowers to pop. This will still pop because it's sort of on its, like it's got its own little space, there's nothing around it. So that'll be okay, but the flower, which here has got a lot of greenery around it, will be good if it pops a bit. Alright, so I'm happy with those, I just haven't got this apricot one sorted. And does it have to be apricot? Well, what other colours are flowers? Many colours. Got this very, that's pretty. It's a very delicate flower on the bit of, on the work though. Maybe if it is that, maybe that's the only option I've got. Unless I use something like the variegated, but I think that's, no, it's too strong. Well, oh, here's another idea. This is kind of between these. So this is the question of how we work our colours out, especially when we're changing what someone else with good colour theory has already done. I mean, I could go for a pale, very pale. Oh, that's going to stand out too much. An orange, maybe? Very sort of sedate orange. So let's have a look at the design. We've got bigger flowers and we've got 3 little flowers. We've got mostly greens, so that's the purple, that's the pink. We've got mostly greens and browns, and then we've got this flower in between, which is a little bit like a daisy. I mean, it could be an off-white. I don't think I've got it's sort of a too blue or white. It's a grey. That could work. A soft blue-grey. People watching, I know that someone will probably go, no, pick that one, but you know, in the end you have to, it might look different on the camera. So I think Diana's used a even paler version of this, which would be really nice, but I don't seem to have one that would fit the bill for that. I've got a cream. That feels a little bit like it offers a bit of relief. This is so woody, which is okay because it's flowers. But does it complement this enough? Maybe it does. Just trying to think whether, I think on the design the centre is green or brown. It's probably one of the greens, so that would look actually, you know, that would look nice if that's in the centre of it. Yeah, I don't think the grey's what I'm looking for. All right, I think that's decided. These are my ones. That's today's lot. Update. And let's see. Okay, so I'm going to start this tonight. I'm not starting it right now. I just thought I'd do all the getting it ready on camera. And so what have we had today? We've had the raised fishbone, we've had the Wheatear stitch, we've got this freebie, and I'll link Diana's website below where you can pick this up, free for beginners, because I just love her thick stitches. You know, the flowers are always very thick and luscious because she uses 12 strands or 6 strands. I might have a bit of a problem with the fact that I've shrunk it, and a bit of a problem with the fact that because I've shrunk it, 12 strands might be just way too much. So I might do a little practice on a bit of this material. In fact, that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to see how easy it is to get 12 strands through. That'll require a fairly much more solid needle. So I think the flowers are 12. If not, I may have to halve it. Okay, I'm finding that that's not too bad. probably would only do one strand for the flower spokes as they were, I don't know, I'll have to go back and watch the video. It's like a little star. You're definitely going to use up a lot of floss doing it this way with the 12. But gee, I love the flowers, they're so luscious with all the... Alright, so this is the, some people call it a woven rose, some people call it, I can't remember, wheel stitch or something. There we go. That's a little bit of a test. Well, I haven't had too much trouble getting the 12 strands and the needle through this cotton. And you just keep going round and round and round. So definitely it's going to require quite a bit of floss. So hopefully I've got enough. Well, worst comes to worst, my little roses will be a bit multicoloured. Alright, I'll be back next time with an update on how all this is going. Just having a little look at Diana's YouTube, and I just thought I'd add this little bit at the end. When Diana does her little circle, she doesn't do the outside circle, she just does the lines. She does the inside circle and the lines, and she does the lines but not the outside circle. So I just thought I'd come back and quickly say that. Anyway, okay, thanks. Bye for now.